What's going on, guys? This is Keaton with Hook 'em Rolls, and today's video is going to be how to breed ball pythons. All right, guys, this is very generic. As you can see, I've written down a few things, and this is what I'm going to kind of go over. I've tried to make this video 2 different times, and I just end up ranting. So I made myself a little, quote unquote, how-to sheet, for you guys. So take a quick look at it. It may not mean a lot of. It may not make a lot of sense for you now, but this is going to make sure I get to this video safe and sound. So, step 1, all right, guys, learn your snakes, okay? So that means, let's just take a female, for example. This female right here, okay? She is a proven breeder for us 2 years in a row. All right, she's a GHI yellow belly het puzzle, but that doesn't matter. This can be, a normal female, guys. It doesn't matter. You need to know your snakes, all right? You need to know how heavy your snakes are. You need to know, how old your snakes are, for example. So, a snake that's a year old is probably not going to have a very, very high chance of producing eggs for you guys. Now, they may lock, a male. That's just one of those things. Sometimes the snakes will lock. That does not mean that you're going to get a clutch, guys. It's far from the truth, okay? Trust me. I've learned that in the past 2 years. And the reason I'm doing this video, guys, is because I have a mentor, that kind of showed me the ropes. This is my 2nd season, and I feel comfortable enough to be able to share these things with you. And I see a lot of people that don't necessarily have the right info. A lot of these big name breeders don't give you guys the right info, and I don't like it. So this video is going to be, for all you guys who just need maybe one piece of information, maybe you need all 5 steps, okay? So again, you need to know your weight of your female. This female right here, just off my naked eye, she's about 1,800 grams, okay? And I know that just because I've seen a lot of snakes, guys, and you need to get familiar with your snakes. You need to open up different tubs, and you need to know what your female's weight is. She's about the same size as this girl, give or take. She's probably around 1,900 grams. You need to know these things, all right, guys? So that being said, like I said, first step is going to be know your animal, know how big your animal is, and know how old your animal is, okay? A snake that's, I've seen snakes that have been on a clutch of eggs at 1,200 grams. I've also seen snakes that are 2,000 plus grams and not have a clutch of eggs. I've seen snakes that are barely past a year and a half old, or not even a year and a half old, be on a clutch of eggs. And I've had snakes down here, for example, this girl, this is her sister, okay, right here, GHI het puzzle, okay, she is about 1,750, 1,800 grams too. They're about the same size. This girl is almost 4 years old, no clutch. This girl, same exact age, same exact clutch, and she's had 2 clutches of eggs for me the past 2 years. So that just goes to prove not everything is based on, how old or how big a snake is. So, but a rule of thumb is don't breed a snake that's under 1,200 grams. That's my rule of thumb. I see some guys say don't breed them, under 1,500. That's all BS, guys. If you have an ultrasound, which I'm going to show you in the next steps, I've had snakes literally this season that are 1,100 grams that produce follicles, and they end up going, guys. And it's not bad to breed a female that's 1,100 grams. If she's ready to go, she's ready to go. They're animals, guys. You cannot force these snakes to go, okay? So that's the first steps. Step 1, again, know your snake. So know the size of your snake and know how old the snake is, okay? Because you need to know those things, all right? Let's go back over here. Step 2, okay? Pair your snakes, all right? You need to know, when you pair your snakes, you need to know your female. Obviously, again, know her size, know she's ready. And there's no guarantee that they're going to lock when you pair these snakes, guys. But it's just one of those things, you have to do it, okay? I mean, regardless if your male doesn't lock her for 5 times and all of a sudden the 6th time she decides to go. You have to do this, all right? So, I'm going to show you guys. I have a male right here, okay? And he is ready to go in with a female. So, I'll take him over here. Sorry, guys, I'm doing this by myself, so this is going to be as good a video as I can get. All right, so right here, this is a pastel cypress stranger het puzzle. Okay, not that matters for this video, but I'm just giving you guys some context. All right, and right here we have a pewter phantom Mojave het puzzle. All right, as you can see, she's bull wrapping, so she's ready to go. And that's another sign, but that's for the future steps. All right, so right here, this male will go in with this female for 3 days. All right, mark your calendar down, put it on your tub, whatever's easiest for you guys. When you throw a male in with a female, 3 days. No more, no less, all right? I don't care if this male doesn't touch her. I don't care if the male goes to the warm side of the tub and he doesn't look at this female for 3 days. 3 days, that male goes in with that female, and they are going to sit in that tub and either breed or look at each other for 3 freaking days, all right? So, like I said, 3 days, all right? You need to let them have the 3 days, because I'm telling you, if you don't, there's no reason in breeding, because you might have that snake may sit in here for 2.5 days and decide he wants to lock her on the 4th quarter. I mean, it really just depends, guys. So going back over here to the list, how long? All right, 3 days. That's how long. Now the cycle. Okay, so that means when this snake, if this snake locks this female, like we hope so, he is going to stay in there for 3 days, no matter what. All right. When he gets done with this lock, we're going to let him serve out his 3 days, and we're going to pull him out of the tub. This male does not go in with another female without having the rest of the week off. So the 3 days, so the other 4 days of the week, he's going to have off. He's going to go back in his tub right over here. He's going to go back in his rack. He's not going to touch another female for 4 days, and he's going to get offered food, and the female's going to get offered food. All right. This female, on the other hand, does not need to see another male for a whole another 30 days. I don't give a shit if it's 27 days or 31 days. It's 30 days. It's not 3 days before, 3 days after. It's 30 days, guys. That male does not go in with that same female for another 30 days. All right, so that female gets 30 days rest. That male gets 4 days rest. All right, now the males, okay, so a male typically goes to more females than obviously a female to a male. So that being said, this male right here, he's probably going to, let's just say he's going to 4 more females. All right, so that means he needs to go, and be cycled and be fed and everything else before he can go to those other females, because he's a good size. But some of these males that, you guys breed, like let's just say, for example, this guy, he's not that big. He's probably about 600 grams now. That male that's in this tub right here, he's almost 1,000. Okay, so that's a big difference. So the males, see him? See his tail going up? Look at that, guys. He knows that female's in there, and he's strutting his strut right now, trying to get her attention. So back to the male. All right, this male is going to go in for the 3 days. He's going to go out. He's going to go back in his tub, and he's going to get offered food for the next, whenever I feed within the next 3 days. All right, he's going to go on this cycle he's going to go in the tubs of 3 females in a month. Okay, now some of you may be saying, why don't you throw him in, 4 times a month? So that's basically every single week he's going into a tub with a female. Well, the male needs rest too, guys. So the 4th week out of the month, that male gets a rest, no matter what. I don't care if that male's just going to 1 female and you're waiting for a whole nother month, or he's going to 4 females. The 3rd week out of the 4th, he gets a break. So that means for 3 weeks in a row, he goes to 3 different females, regardless if he locks or not. He's going to go to 3 different females. That 4th week, he's going back in his tub, and I'm not pulling him out of that tub. I'm not even going to look at him besides throwing a rat in to feed. Okay, so he's going to have the whole entire week off on the 4th week of the month, not 3 days. All right, so hopefully that makes sense, guys. I'm trying to make as much sense as I can. I know this some of this may be confusing, but literally all I'm saying is that male will go into 3 tubs of different females 3 out of the 4 weeks of the month. The 4th week of the month, he will not be touching a female, guys. He will be back in this tub for a complete week to reset, eat, and then the following month, so the next week, after his week break, he'll be back introduced to females. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense, guys. As you can see, she's interested now, and they're going to go back there, and they're probably going to do some tail wagging, some tail shaking, and hopefully we have a lock here soon. Okay, like I said, you know what this female is. Not that that matters, but like I said, this is very important, guys. If you miss this step, you're going to overbreed your females. Okay, do not overbreed your females, and do not overbreed your males. Okay, if you do this, I'm telling you guys, there's been people who have overbred their males and killed their males because they don't give them that week break, and they throw them into a tub 4 weeks out of the month. That's way too much breeding, guys. I don't give a shit if your male is eating every single week that he gets out of that tub. He needs a break, okay? So, that being said, like I said, you need to give him a week break in between your month, every month. So regardless if he's going to 3 females or not, he needs a week break, okay? So, moving on, like I said, the female, she needs 30 days, guys. I'm telling you, all these big name breeders, they don't tell you this. If you just start throwing a male in with the same female, so let's just say you cycle this male in, and then next week you want to cycle him again with that girl, you're just doing nothing but stressing the female. The female needs time to grow her follicles. As you saw right here, this female hasn't been paired in probably 4 or 5 months since she's been here. And you see, she's showing good signs, and that brings me to my next point, okay? Come back over here. And obviously, pair your snakes and know your snake's limits is exactly what I just talked to you about, okay? So your snake's limits, you need to 3 out of the 4 weeks, your male goes into a female, your female gets a complete month break in between locks, okay? So that's 2 and 3. Patience right here. Number 4, this is huge. That goes back in tune with making sure your male's not getting overbred and your female's not getting overbred, okay? That's patience, guys. That's number 4, okay? Now, on side of patience, that means you need an ultrasound, guys. Like, as much as I see these guys making these videos and, you know, they're like, oh, you know, if you don't want to buy an ultrasound, you don't have to. Guys, if you're serious about this and you're wanting to turn this into, you know, the hobby into a business one day and make some money, I don't care if you're making, you know, wanting to make $100 or $500. If you're wanting to make money, guys, if you are genuinely wanting to make money off of this hobby and turn it into a business or somewhat of a business, you need one of these, guys. You need one of these, okay? As you can see, this is an ultrasound. I don't have it plugged in right now. It's amazing, guys. I'm telling you, this can salvage your season, okay? I didn't believe this until actually I bought this last year, and it literally saved us probably 3 locks, because that male that you just saw in there, he decided to go off food. Okay, and I figured him out, and that's another reason why you need to learn your snakes. I figured him out, and I know that if I start breeding him, he's going to go off food for at least 2 to 3 months. Okay, so I figured that male out. So that what I do now is I make sure I haven't paired this snake for probably 8 months now. Like this whole last of the season, after all these females decided to go, I have not paired that male. That male's been sitting in this tub right here, been pounding food every single week, and he's grown probably 400 grams in the past, you know, 6 to 7 to 8 months. And that for me has helped me a lot, because that means that even if he comes out of this tub right here and decides not to eat for another 3 months, he is still plenty big enough to where I can put him back on, you know, the cycle and breed multiple females without him eating. Okay, so like I said, patience. You got to have patience, guys. Sometimes your males aren't going to eat. Sometimes your females aren't going to eat. Sometimes they're not going to grow follicles, and you can't just keep throwing males and males and males to those females and expect them to just lay a clutch. I'm telling you guys, it pisses me off, all these high, quote unquote, you know, big name breeders that breed these females and just throw males to them every single week and, you know, post about, oh my God, this female's had 30 locks with this male. She's got to lay. No, you dumbass. She's not going to lay because you're stressing her out, okay? So, ultrasound, as you know, I just told you, you need an ultrasound. This is from Breeders Circle, so you can buy this one. They're not cheap, guys. You can buy cheap ultrasounds. I'm not saying they don't work by any means. This one was probably, I want to say it was like 1,700 bucks. I'm pretty sure you can buy some for, you know, close to $1,000. But I'm telling you guys, if you're investing, you know, the kind of money to make money in the future, you have to get one of these, okay? You need it, you need it, you need it. They sell them all over the place. There's a lot of how-to videos. I actually bought this one when I was watching Miguel at Always Evolving, and I saw that he uses the exact same one, and I copied his settings, and it works perfectly, okay? And then literally all you buy is go on Amazon, buy you some ultrasound gel, and it works wonders, guys. I can tell you literally within 5 minutes of what female is going to go this entire season, you know, as she goes, you know, and just pay attention to her. And I know when to throw that male in. Like this male right here, like I said, this female has not been locked all season. When she came, she reabsorbed in the box on the ride over from FedEx from the previous owner. So there's no reason in pairing her up, because she's not going to want to pair. The only reason I knew that is because I have this, guys. And that clutch right there, you know, could be a $60,000 clutch, guys. So now I know that female's been sitting, she's been bull wrapping, she's building follicles because I ultrasounded her, and now the male goes in, and hopefully we have a late season clutch, okay? So, back over here. Repeat. That means, just like what I said, every month I ultrasound my snakes, okay? Not every week. There's no reason in stressing them out like that, because you do stress animals out when you pull them out and you throw something on their body that they're not used to. Stresses them out. You know, sometimes I have to have help hold down a snake because they're just crazy and they'll try to, you know, take off, or they'll try to bite you or whatever. Repeat this step. So repeat the ultrasound step every month, okay? And you can write down your snake's millimeters. You know, I don't have a huge collection right here, guys. You know, I've got some babies, got some eggs, and then we have males here. You know, grow outs here, grow outs there, and then obviously, you know, my adults here. I don't have a huge collection, so that means that I can get away with just kind of remembering, even though I probably shouldn't. I don't necessarily write stuff down. But I will say I did get Husbandry Pro, and I cannot wait to start writing stuff down and keeping the collection on that, okay? So, step 5, you need to wait for your ovulation, all right? So, wait for your ovulation comes first, okay? So, when you start pairing and you know how to pair your snakes and you wait your time and you're patient and you ultrasound, you know, when those snakes, or I guess those follicles, get over, you know, around 40 millimeters, you're probably gonna, you know, you're gonna have a clutch, guys. She's not gonna reabsorb once she gets over 40 millimeters, and then she's gonna ovulate, okay? It's not as much as I want to say that it's really, really easy to spot or it's going to happen exactly on a certain date, it's not going to, guys. I'll show you a female here in just a second. Probably our most sought after clutch of this season. And she's played hooky from us from ovulating for over 6 months. And she's been over 40 millimeters for the past month and a half. So there's no guarantee that she's going to ovulate on time, guys. Once they get over 40, they're going to ovulate. It's just going to take some time. And again, patience. You see patience. That's why I wrote it down on number 4. Okay. So ovulation. I'm going to show you this female right now. So right here, we have an ivory het Monsoon. Okay. And as you can see, she's got a nice swell going on. You see her tail, how it gets real skinny at the end. Now there's tail suck when an ovulation happens. So you can look at a female's tail, pick her up, and she will have a tail suck. You can search this up online. It's pretty easy to spot once it happens. And you will not miss an ovulation, guys. I'm telling you, as much as I want to say you will, you know, I thought I missed an ovulation with this girl. Jonathan and I both thought, but I'm telling you, the more and more you see an ovulation, it looks like she swallowed a football, literally. And I think she's in her pre-ovulation swell right now because she was all laid out. Usually they lay out in the tub kind of crossways and they'll, you know, try to roll over and get comfortable, and you can literally open up the tub and you'll tell. And I think she's in her pre-ovulation swell because her tail's starting to really narrow down. And like I said, she was already over 40 millimeters. And, you know, again, this is going to be our greatest clutch of the season. So that being said, the only way I know that, again, ultrasound, okay? A $1,000, let's just say $2,000 investment with a clutch that could be worth $100,000. You know, there's no reason not to buy it if you're trying to make money in this hobby. So again, wait for the tail suck, wait for the big football ovulation, and you're good to go. So let's go back over to this sheet and I'm going to show you guys the next step. Now these are 2 steps, but I put them together because really to have this one, in order to get this one, you have to have this one. You have to have an ovulation before you get eggs, okay? So, and you have to have a prelay before you get eggs. So again, wait for the ovulation. You're going to be able to tell she's going to blow up like a football. She's going to have tail suck. You can pick her tail up and check, you know, roll her over and check her. Then she's going to go into prelay, okay? And that's what this girl just did. And she may have shed out. Here. Nope, she hasn't yet. You can still see she's in a little bit of blue. We're about to do some cleaning in here. I'm going to douse down all these females that are going into sheds, make sure we have clean sheds. As you can see, this girl's bronzed over. So this is a leopard het pied, and she ovulated for me about 2 weeks ago, and she's about to get out of prelay shed. So I'm going to make sure I douse her down with some water and get a clean shed out of her. And yeah, so this female, as you can see, she's looking really thick. Now they go back, after they ovulate, they go back down to normal, and you can't really tell until about halfway through the time where she's gonna lay her eggs. And then you'll be able to tell she'll get real thick at the end, and it'll be undeniable that she's got eggs in there. Usually, if they don't get thick towards the end of their time to lay, it usually probably means they're gonna slug out, you know. Sometimes it just is one of those things. You're working with animals here. So this female goes into prelay shed for about 7 days, and then she will prelay shed out, and anywhere between, I'm going to say 25 to 50 days after the prelay shed, she will lay her eggs, guys. And you notice I said basically a 25 gap day window in there. Really depends, guys. As we go back over here, 25 to 45. I say 25 to 50 because literally we had a female, the red stripe pastel het Monsoon girl. I think it was 47 days after she prelayed. And I've had snakes go as early as 23 days after prelay. Like there's no time period. Again, guys, I cannot stress to you enough. We are working with live animals here, guys. There's no way of knowing exactly when things are going to happen. Like I can point at that female. There's no way I'm going to be able to tell you that she's going to lay a clutch in, 10 days and I'm going to be right on. It's a guess. It's an estimated guess, guys. She has a prelay shed. I'm going to tell myself, okay, I'm going to start checking the tub after 20 days. I'm going to check the tub every day after 20 days until I have eggs. I'm going to pull them out, and that's for another video. I'm going to show you guys how I set up my eggs and incubator and kind of go from there. But guys, I'm going to quit ranting. I try to throw in a lot of information. I see a lot of these big breeders, they just do a lot of bullet points really, really, really quick, and they try to hammer it out. I wanted to talk to you guys. This is a longer video. I realize I'm probably not going to get as many views on this because of the fact it's a long video. And I did do a lot of talking, but what I said before is you have to follow these steps. And I get some of these steps, when you look at this, what does this guy mean? But if you listen to this video all the way through, I appreciate you guys. And I'm telling you, this will help you. This will help you become a better breeder for ball pythons if you're starting out and you just need a little bit of help. And yeah, this is the proven method, guys. I'm telling you, This is my second year breeding these snakes. I had a great mentor, still do. And, you know, without his information, I would be doing a lot of this dumb shit that a lot of you guys do, you know, where you throw in a male 20 different times to a female within the next 30 days, and you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna have a clutch. I'm gonna have a clutch. No, you're not gonna have a clutch, guys. You're gonna end up stressing the female out. She's not gonna give you that clutch that you oh so want, and basically your season's gonna be ruined. And you're gonna keep on doing this until you get this right information. So please, you know, bury this into your brain. Watch this video. You know, it's 20 minutes long. And, you know, if you have any questions at all, please go in the comment section below and write it out, guys. I do not mind. Or you can follow us on, or not follow us, but you can go on Instagram, Hook 'em Royals, and type that in, send me a message, and I will be glad to answer your questions, guys. Again, sorry if this video was a little bit of rant. You know, this kind of touches home because a lot of you guys don't do it right. And, yeah, I'm not saying I'm Mr. Perfect by any means, but this is what I used, you know, these past 2 years. And, you know, last year we had 6 clutches my first season, and this year I think we have somewhere around 15. So it seems to be working for me, guys. So please like, comment, share, subscribe. It would mean the world. Let's grow this channel more. And any video ideas in the comment section below would be greatly appreciated. Peace.